love Hawaiian music.
Nice.
Yeah, so relaxing. Welcome back to Fast Money. We are live at the NASDAQ market site. Hawaiian Airlines shares are soaring. The stock is up 140% in the last 12 months alone. In 2013, Hawaiian carried over 9.9 million passengers to the Hawaiian Islands, North America, and international destinations. And come April 16th, they will be jet-setting to Beijing as well. Let's bring in the president and CEO of Hawaiian Airlines, Mark Dunkerley. Mark, great to have you on the show.
It's good to be here.
A lot of analysts praise your airline because you're able to cut, or you're willing to cut, unprofitable routes. You cut 3 international routes over the past year, and you're adding, such as the Honolulu to Beijing. What other areas do you see for growth?
Well, we're actually pretty bullish on growth. Asia is a tremendous source of growth for us, and we're playing a macro shift towards people are getting to that kind of income level where they can contemplate international trips. So really, when we look ahead, we see a lot of growth and prospect.
So in terms of the Honolulu to Beijing non-stop flight that starts April 16th, do you see adding more routes specifically to China? Where else are you seeing the growth there? I mean, where are you expecting there to be route changes?
Well, we're expecting route changes to come in the form of additional routes. Clearly, when we start in Beijing, we're waiting to see how that pans out. We have high expectations for the route. If it meets those expectations, there are an enormous number of large population centers in China that could provide us with traffic for service to Hawaii.
Mark, your stock is not expensive on evaluation. You can't argue with the way the stock has performed. So let me just sort of nitpick, I guess, a little. Yesterday, you announced March traffic, and it was, I would say, disappointing. Was it weather-related, one-off? What would you say?
Well, it was a little bit of what we call the Easter effect. Easter impacted positively March numbers last year. This year, Easter's later, and therefore we don't get the uptick in March. But actually, the bigger issue there is that as we start these new international routes, typically the load factors are lower than they are domestically. Load factor by itself is not a particularly good indication of how things are going for the company. In an environment where people pay more to be on an international flight with typically less load factors, you can be quite a bit happier than you are with full flights of people paying discounted tickets. And indeed, if you go back over the last couple of years, our international network with its somewhat lower load factors has actually contributed very positively to our results.
Mark, a lot of analysts like your stock. Stifel, though, questions the valuation, saying current valuation reflects best case scenario, does not reflect the risk associated with competitive capacity as well as CapEx plans for 2017 and beyond. What can you tell us about CapEx plans and your need to actually spend more in order to gear up for these international route expansions?
Well, the CapEx that people are talking about, obviously, is the introduction of new aircraft into our fleet. We're just coming to the end of a delivery stream of brand new A330s. These are the aircraft that allow us really to reach Asia in the first instance. And then we're taking a pause for a couple of years before 2017 we start taking delivery of some more high technology, cost-effective narrow bodies. Throughout this period, if you look at all of our sort of leverage statistics and so forth, we're actually strengthening the balance sheet despite the fact that we're taking these additional aircraft. And we've signaled very clearly to the marketplace the expectation of being in positive cash flow in a short little while from now.
All right, Mark, great to have you on. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Mark Dunkerley, the CEO of Hawaiian Airlines, a monster performer in a group that has had tremendous performance as well.
It's great fundamentals. There's going to be a continued margin improvement. I would also add Delta and American Airlines to that list of stocks that are in a basket of airline stocks.
All right, time now for Pops and Drops, big movers of the day.